What's up, everybody? I'm Ali Burns from Picks Parlays, and it's time for some NFL total chaos. All right. We're talking Sunday, October the 9th. I've got 5 football games that these two experts are going to give you their plays on the over or the under. But before we get started, I need everyone to like and subscribe, ring that bell for notifications, and also let's not forget about our sponsor, FanDuel. FanDuel has a no sweat first bet up to $1,000 for all new accounts. All you got to do is find the description of this video, click on it, and then click on the link that's in the description. It's very simple. We try to make it very simple for you all. Introducing the contestants of the day, Mr. Sean Higgs, record of 75, 76, and 2. How you feeling today, sir?
Pretty good. I just did a quick look of my NFL. 9-2, 82% my NFL total. So
nice, excellent.
So I know this record's here, but it's just football season, so I got to concentrate on how we're doing in NFL. And NFL 9-2.
Beautiful. And Terry
Premium
Edelmann,
picks, not total chaos picks.
Premium. That's a different thing. Yeah. I was thinking about just starting over all the records for October and just going month to month what your monthly record is, but it's a lot of stat keeping that gets wasted if
That's
not.
It. Yeah, because then you're going to break it down like this is hockey and NBA, college basketball,
I
baseball.
had it that way for a long time, but it gets too convoluted. It's like It's just way too. There's a lot of you that do this show, so it gets a little tricky. Terry Edelmann, 35, 43, and 3, but it's hockey season. How you feeling?
Good. Cash my hockey play on the site today. Hockey is my main sport, so my record will improve here. But doing really well in football on the site as well. So football has gone well this year, and there's a few of these games that we're going to talk about that I actually really like. So
beautiful. That's a beautiful thing. If you want to find either one of these guys' premium plays, head over to picksandparlays.net and use that promo code NFL. It'll save you 20% off whatever you get on the site. All right, Higgs, you've got the better record, so you're going first. Texans, my Houston Texans are at the Jags, 43.5. What do you got on this one, Higgs?
Aren't they my Houston Texans now since I'm closer than you?
No, because aren't you like a Giants fan or something else?
Hell, Cowboy fan.
Cowboy fan. See, you're in the wrong city to be. You can't live in Houston and root for the Cowboys. What kind of madness is that?
Yeah, they love their Houston sports down here. But I love the over in this game here between the Jags and the Texans. 43.5. Texans are gonna score some points or gonna give up some points, right? They gave up 20 points to the Bears. Have you seen the Bears offense play? Okay, that's all you need to know about the Texans. They're gonna give up some points, but they score. Garbage time, wherever. They're gonna put points up. Last week, 34-24. You're thinking, oh, this is a terrible bet here, taking Texans. Next thing you know, it's a 3-point game late. 2020 versus the Colts. Again, they could score. They could put up a couple points up. You're not expecting it. And the Jaguars. Now, this team here is a little trickier though, because you saw a big blowout in LA against the Chargers, and they shut out the Colts. They put up 21 on Philly, but it was 14 early. One was a turnover, then a garbage touchdown. But the Texans, again, look at the points they give up: 23 to the Bears, 34 to the Chargers. I think Jags at home, coming back a little road trip. Let's go. That Colts don't count. The Colts offense is bad, so that doesn't count. Texans gave up 20 to the Colts, and Jags shut them out. So that's all you knew about the Texans defense. So not that good.
That's fair. All right, Terry, what do you got here?
Well, we're going head-to-head in the first game here. This is not one that I'm super, super excited about. I've been backing Jacksonville this year, and I've made money on them. But for some reason, they struggle with Houston. They've lost the last 8 games in a row against Houston. So for some reason, this Jacksonville team struggles against the Texans. But what this Jacksonville team does have so far is a pretty good defense this year. Surprisingly, I think this is going to be incredibly close. But I'm going to go with the under here because I like Houston as a side, but I like Jacksonville's defense. So I ultimately think this is going to be a lower scoring game. But it's going to be close for sure.
All right, so take the 7. I think take the 7. 49ers are at the Panthers. 49ers are at the Panthers. It's 39.5. A lot of numbers involved. What do you got here, Terry?
Well, this is a very low number, but if you've watched the 49ers this year, you'll understand why the number is as it is. Their defense is just amazing. I think it's top 3, maybe even the best defense in the NFL. They've just been playing under games constantly. The Panthers don't have a good offense, but their defense is pretty good, and they've kept games close. So, again, two good defenses, 39.5. It's a low number, but I think this is another under spot. This game here reminds me kind of what we just saw on Thursday Night Football. Except I actually hold on. I shouldn't compare it to what we just saw. The 49ers will at least probably get a touchdown at some point, but I don't think we're going to see too much offense from Carolina. So I think it'll be a lower scoring game.
All right, Higgs, what do you got?
I'm on the under as well. And you know what? I laughed when he said it's going to be a Thursday night game, and then I thought to myself, wait a second, the 49ers played 11-10 game against Denver on Sunday night. So, yes, it could very well be a ugly game like this. That being said, Niners defense, we'll keep it short, right? They play great defense. I know it's a short week for them, right? But this is a 4-25 game. This is a late game, so I don't think it really affects them. Carolina's offense is terrible. It's just a mess. And Jimmy G, the guy puts up points. He wins. So he's going to put up a couple points. They'll get it done here against Carolina. Again, under, though. I don't see them dropping a 34 spot. So, we have to worry about that, so under.
That's fair.
Yeah.
All right, it's your team. Cowboys are at the Rams, 42.5. What do you say, Higgs?
Under. As we go over this, we were just doing this before. It was 43 an hour ago when I wrote these down. Now it's 42.5. I see some 42s. Why wouldn't it be, right? The Rams offense is a mess. Haven't looked good. Matt Statsford, whatever his name is. They talked in the summertime about his elbow, right? He's like, something's wrong with him. I was like, ooh, maybe like a kind of fade here. They didn't look good against Buffalo. Now, obviously, Buffalo's looks like a pretty good team.
Right.
Arizona, they kind of edged a little bit past Arizona. They had a wild one versus the Falcons. Dallas is going to bring some defense to the game, right? They're going to get in this guy's face. And on the Cowboy side of things, maybe there's Dak. Who knows? I don't think Dak's playing, but even if he did, I'm still not a fan of the offensive line. Questionable offense for them, but the defense, I think, is for real for Dallas. And I don't mind the Cowboy offense here because of we have the best defensive player. As much as Parsons is awesome, that what's his name? Donald. I don't know. He's pretty good himself. So that guy wreaks havoc. Give me the under.
Grown a man is what he is. Okay, Terry Edelman, what do you think? Over? Yeah, he's insane.
Yeah, I think this is going to be under as well. I think it could potentially get into the late 30s. So it might be one where it might not be like an easy under like Thursday night's game, but you're not going to get many of those anyways. But I like Dallas's defense this year. That's how they've been winning games.
Yep.
It's just been keeping games close and having good defense. And like Higgs said, the Rams offense, I faded the Rams in game one. I did take them in the second game that they won, but really haven't really been looking at them as a side since then. Kind of looking more towards the under. As long as Stafford doesn't give up 3 interceptions, as long as he keeps it to like maybe 1, the under should be good. But yeah.
How about long drives and interceptions at the 17?
That's fine.
Turn the clock, and then Dallas kicks like a 43-yard field goal or something, and it's 3-0 at the half.
Yeah,
that's last season and this season as well. One of Lenny's favorite bets is Matt Stafford over half of an interception. It's pretty solid. Wake and bake on Sunday. You just wake up and make that bet. Eagles are at the Cardinals. It's a 49. Terry, over or under the total?
Well, I've gone under 3 times so far, but not in this one. I like the over in this one. I think of any of the 5 games that we're going over, this is the over play. Arizona hasn't been as bad the last couple of weeks defensively, but they don't have a good defensive unit. This Philly team, surprisingly, is one of the best teams in football so far and have shown good offense pretty much every game. So I like for them to kind of beat up on this Arizona defense. But I think Arizona will score some themselves. So I think the play is the over in this one. I think this is the highest scoring game of the ones we're going to talk about.
Man, if the Phillies move through the playoffs and the Eagles beat the Cardinals, Philadelphia might blow itself up.
Well,
It's
they
just
won't
how
have
they
any.
roll.
They won't have anything good in hockey, so they better take their Eagles and Phillies.
No Broad Street bullies over there.
Yeah. Huh? All right. What do you got, Higgs?
I'm going under actually. Now, I do. Part of me is like, ooh, this is like a close near 50. You think over, but the I almost called them the Phillies because it's I was watching the Phillies earlier. I had the Phillies today. Never in doubt, easy winner.
Yeah.
We saw them in good conditions in Detroit. A wild game there, right? 38-30, whatever it was. Craziness. We see them at home. I mean, here comes the defense, 24-7, 24-8. 29-21, and I just mentioned it. You had a late touchdown and a pick for 6 in that game. So the Philly defense is for real. All right. Arizona, okay, you got 26 against a bad Vegas team. You needed overtime. I saw you score 12 against the Rams. You had 21 against Kansas City, and that was, again, garbage time. I mean, that game was like 44-3 or something at one time. I don't like the Arizona offense. The defense, I don't think is great shakes anyway. But it's all Philly has not given up points in the second half of any of these games. I mean, they get out, it's 24-0 at the half, 24-3, and it's like, all right, let's just throw the clamps down and let's move on to next week. Just very methodical. I'm a Philly hater. I'm a Philadelphia. I don't like anything about them. I do like the cheesesteaks, but I don't like the cheese whiz. I don't want it. That I'm going under. I just think the defense for Philly, even if they get in the 30s, I don't know if Arizona's going to put 20 up.
That's fair. I kind of like Arizona here. It's that 5.5 number, and it's hard for me to stay off of plus 5.5. It just is. Bengals are at the Ravens. It's a 47.5. Last one for the round. Higgs, you're up.
Yeah, this is actually my toughest one to figure out today, but I'm going to go over. Last year 41-21, 41-17.
This is the primetime game too.
Yeah, I know it is. Last year, 2 crazy games. They put up 60-something points in each. Ravens have destroyed these guys. Before that, it was 38-3 and 27-3. So Cincy obviously having trouble against the Ravens defense. But maybe that was last year and previous defenses, because this year's Raven defense, I see them give up garbage points to New England. I mean, Buffalo's a really good team. Come down and win late in that game, right? They would get 20 points in whatever they did in the fourth quarter there. We saw that epic meltdown against Miami. And
no kidding.
And again, you got, these are desperate teams. And I think we're going to see, we haven't really seen ugly, like low scoring, short of the Bengals-Dallas game, which was what it was. You got that kind of team going on. But I don't know. I think we see some Cincy offense here. So double revenge, 60 points in both games last year. Put it up, Cincy. Let's see how good you are, Burrow. So I'm going to go over. That Ravens defense is bad. And Lamar, real fast on crazy blown game versus Miami, and then he threw the interception late against whoever. If they would have kicked a field goal there instead of going for 7, this team could be undefeated, and you're hearing MVP Lamar talk. I mean, he's been fabulous this year. So again,
I love him.
I
don't know if I want to lay 3.5 points with him, but I like them to win straight up. It's kind of where I'm at, but I'm just probably not going to bet this game. All right, Terry Edelman, what do you think?
Well, I am going to have the side play in this game on the site. I really like the side. But when it comes to the total, being that it's 47.5, I'm going to agree with Higgs and go with the over. I think this could be another one where it's really close. I really like the Bengals defense this year, surprisingly. But I don't like their offense as much as last year. But as Higgs said, Baltimore is finding ways to choke games late, giving up points late. So I think underbettors could be looking good in this and feeling good about themselves, and then having their hearts broken
until
late.
The fourth quarter.
Yeah, I think they'll have their hearts broken at the end of the game, and it'll go over. So I'm going to go with the over. But this was the toughest one of the night because I could see this being really close.
Yeah, for me, I'm just on that primetime under trend. It's just like it keeps working for me, so I'm cool with that. I don't want to think too much about it. That's just how I roll. I am not a football expert like you people are. All right, like you are. Okay, so let's do a little recap. Before we do, everyone, don't forget, you got to like and subscribe and ring that bell for notifications, okay? It's very important so you get more free content coming your way. And don't forget about your no sweat first bet from FanDuel up to $1,000. The link is in the description of this video, so find it and get there. Mr. Sean Higgs,
Hello.
I'm asking you guys to subscribe to Winning Free Picks. Watch Midday Money. It's on every single day. There's tons and tons of free picks, and you can talk to Higgs and ask him all kinds of questions. Tell him what you're all about, Higgy.
Yeah, Midday Money, 7 days a week. Tomorrow, Saturday, so we have college football. I'll be there about 11:45, so make note of that early. And then 30 days from now, college basketball. So, again, earlier when there's noon hoops. But it's a fun show. Come on in, watch it. A lot of free picks on there. Tim Earl pops in, gives out a free pick every once in a while for whatever he's got. Usually WNBA, he comes in.
Right. He knows how much you like the WNBA.
Yes.
So he likes to.
And regular NBA. I'm not a huge fan of regular NBA as well during the regular season, but.
That's true. That's true. All right, Terry Edelman, you also have a show, Getting Wild with Terry and Friends. Boom. Are you still at 3 p.m. Eastern?
No, my time's been changing all over the place. I moved it back to 4 p.m. Eastern, kind of to fit on the Picks and Parlays family type schedule. There's nothing at 4. Right. So instead of going at 3 when Power Hour was, I moved it to 4. But now because of playoff baseball happening during the week, I actually had to move my show to during morning wood time today. I really didn't want to have to do that, but unfortunately I was forced to because of the schedule of the game. So tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern, normal Saturday time.
You want to compete with the Queen? Come on, bring it. Bring it.
Saturday nights, 8 p.m. For Sunday games. No show on Sundays, but back to next week. It will be 4 p.m. Eastern. I'm pretty sure next week. So I'll have to check the schedule for next week because with the baseball playoffs, the schedule's all over the place. But Getting Wild with Terry and Friends on YouTube, the time for the show will be on there for each day.
Yeah. And basically go to at Let's Go Wild Picks. Yeah. That's really where the hub of all of this is being generated from. So all things Terry Edelman can be found at Let's Go Wild Picks. And also, let's go wild. It's freaking hockey season.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so let's do your recap. Texans and the Jags, 43.5. Higgs is over. Terry is under. 49ers and Panthers, 39.5. They're both going under. The consensus plays tend to be the moneymaker. We've got another one here with the Cowboys and the Rams. They're both going under the 42.5. Eagles and Cards is a 49. Terry's going over. Higgs says it stays under, but we do agree. Well, you two agree. I don't. That the Bengals and the Ravens is going to go over the 47.5. I'm going to take that one under if I take it at all. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget, like, subscribe, ring the bell. And like I always say, may the best capper win.